You can hear from the rumbling of the thunder that there is a storm brewing up, but that is outside of the house and not in my kitchen, so not to worry. What I'm gonna do today is to look at how we can do a pastry wrapped rice cake in an air fryer. Normally, the rice cake is eaten during the New Year festival, but of course, nowadays you can actually find it in the supermarket when you go to buy your groceries, and of course, if your shop sells it. Now, what I normally would do is normally use a frying pan and a little bit of oil, and we actually will fry the rice cakes till it's soft and gooey and nice to taste. And sometimes we will do it with yam and other instances of other vegetables or mixtures or other ingredients. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to try and do it with the air fryer. Wow, hear the thunderstorm? It's coming up. You have a little bit of egg wash, which is basically you break one or two eggs, depending on how much you want, and then you whisk it till it becomes very watery and blended. Then you have the puff pastry skin, which you can buy in the supermarket, and this is the one that I was talking about is the rice cakes, which you can buy in the supermarket, and this is what I've cut it down into about half a inch slices or slightly less, depends on how much you like it, how you like it, whether you like it thicker or thinner, so it's really up to your choice. What I prepared is I put in the aluminium foil in the air fryer basket. I mean, this is to avoid your niango or the rice cake sticking sometimes when you cook to the air fryer basket. Now first you will take the puff pastry skin. It's quite thick actually. I was quite surprised that it was quite so thick. And then you actually unwrap the paper, plastic clear folder, and you then wrap a piece of the rice cake around the puff pastry, and it just fits nicely, so you can just press it together, see whether it sticks, and place it in the air fryer basket. Now the next piece, I'll take another. I think I'm gonna try and see whether I can put 2 or 3 slices of this rice cake in the air fryer, because I don't want not to put too much of the too many pieces in at one time, and not too little. So we're gonna see how it goes. So that is your puff pastry, and there is your rice cake. Very nice golden brownish color, and it's hard because I've been putting in the freezer. Well, just keep it for the good time when I want to use it. So there I have 2 slices of it together with the puff pastry wrapped very nicely, and I'm looking whether I should actually put in another piece of puff pastry with rice cake. I think based on the size of the air fryer basket, it may be best not to overload it at one time. So now I'm taking the egg wash with a little bit of brush, and I'm gonna brush it on the pastry wrapped rice cake so that it can give you a nice glossy look when you have done your frying of the pastry. I bought this little brush in the supermarket, and you can lightly brush the egg wash over the pastry wrapped rice cake. I cover it and coat it so that it's evenly coated, and then I will make sure that every area is actually covered by the egg wash. This will give you a nice shining feeling when the pastry is cooked. When it is cooked. Okay, I think I'm ready to put it into the air fryer, and the temperature I put is 200 degrees. I do it 4 minutes, and then I take it out and I have a look, and whether it's as brown as I like it, or if not, then I can put it in for another 2 minutes or 4 minutes, because I do not want it to be too burnt. So I'm putting in at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 minutes, so that it will have a nice brown color, and then I will see whether color is as I require, or I shall put it in again for a little more cooking time. The air fryer is very convenient and it's very clean because you can just wash after you have used it very easily. So this is it. After 4 minutes, you can see it's very light colored, so it's not really the kind of nice golden brown color that you want. So I put in a little bit of egg wash again to give it another extra coating. This will make the pastry look very nice and delicious once I have done my cooking, and with the pastry skin looking like it is fluffy and nice and delicious. Actually, the rice cake is very nice when it's soft, and it's hard. It's quite hard to eat, and normally you don't. So normally people will cook it or fry it till it's soft, and then they can eat it. Not too sweet. So I'm putting it for another 200 degrees for another 4 minutes. Okay, 200 degrees, another 2 minutes to go. Now I think this angle is much better because you get to see the temperature and the time. So I'm trying to adjust the camera angle as I'm using my new holder for the handphone and for this cooking, to see how I can best get a good angle of the cooking that is in progress. So we can see it's still cooking, and the wonderful thing about the air fryer is that you can try it and test out the time that you like, and when it's ready you go and have a look and see whether it is what you want, or if not you can actually put it in again and fry it again. I was trying to do fried eggs, but I haven't really got to try it yet. So I'll see whether I can do fried eggs again soon, because I think that is very nice when you can do it in a simple small container area rather than a big frying pan with the oil, and which may not be so healthy. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to use the air fryer to do my cooking as much as I can, and later on try to do the pressure cooker which I bought, and also the multi-level steamer which I also bought recently. So these are the tools that I'm using. I guess you can say it's more modern cooking. And there it is cooked. Look at that. Doesn't the pastry skin looks just lovely? I don't know, when I saw it, I was surprised that it really turned out so good. I was surprised because I didn't expect it to be so nice and the pastry being so puffy. I'm gonna turn it over, and then I gotta brush the other side with the egg wash so that it's got an overall golden brown color on both sides of the pastry. Now I'm putting it for 2 minutes, 200 degrees. And this is coming down to being finally cooked. And let's see what is the final result. Oh, looks good, looks good. See, that's how you actually line your air fryer with the aluminum foil, so that your cooking will not actually drop onto the basket tray. Of course you can wash it, but well, we try to minimize whatever may be pouring down into the sides of the baskets. So this is making it much easier to clean up after you've done. Look at how beautiful that pastry is. It's just nice and golden brown, and the pastry is so puffy. This is a fun result. Thank you.